Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I hope that you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I am so stoked for this video. Today I thought I would go through all of my go-to most favorite summer blushes. A couple of these are newer to me, but they instantly became summer go-tos for me. I foresee using them all summer long, so I just wanted to share them with you guys. Make sure and let me know down in the comments what your favorite summer blushes are. Blushes right now, I mean, it has been for some time my favorite makeup product. I know I'm not alone. Blush is so in right now, which I'm so excited about. In fact, a lot of the things that I enjoy, like no makeup is in right now. I'm hoping it continues for a little while. But as you can see from the cat ears, I will be doing a try on today. I'll be putting every single blush on my face today that I'm going to be talking about. I have 6 blushes to share, so let's get right into those. You know what? I lied. Let's not get right into those. Let's quick talk about my drink of the day. It's all gone. I'm gonna put a picture up. I took a picture of it because I thought it was so pretty and I haven't put it on Instagram. I probably won't, but I made myself a matcha latte. And I tried out a new matcha. This one is from Matcha. I don't know if it's Kari or Carrie, but it's one of those little packets that you can use on the go to make yourself a matcha latte. I thought it was really delicious. Now let's get into the blush. I don't know about you guys, but when I think of summer blushes, I think of either rosy, bronzy type blushes or very like corally, hot pink type blushes. Let's start with the bronzy blushes. The majority of the blushes I'm going to be sharing today are cream, but I do have one powder blush, and I'm gonna start with that one. It is this one from Essence. This is the blush in the shade Bespoke. As you can see, it is a very neutral bronzy blush that also has a hint of shimmer in it. It's a beautiful glowy blush, which I'm not always into glowy blushes, but I feel like this one has just the right amount in it, so it's not intense, you know? So I'm going to use my e.l.f. blush brush. Let's put it on this side. There, oh, it's so nice. There you can kind of see the natural sheen that it gives to my cheeks. Truly, the Essence blushes can roll with my high-end blushes. They're very, very good. And while I do not have the product that people are mentioning that this dupes, I have heard that this is a dupe for a Benefit blush. I love owning the cheaper version in my stash because it's really very good. It's so, so pretty. Now on this side, let's do another bronzy blush. So I have this one from Bareminerals. This is the Bounce and Blur blush in the shade Blurred Buff. It's so difficult to say the name of this blush. But this is another bronzy, nudie blush with a hint of shimmer in it. But this, of course, is a cream. It's more of a putty blush, so you can see the differences there, but they're fairly similar. For this one, I'm gonna use my Real Techniques. What is this? The 430? I don't know what the name of it is, but it's like a stippling brush. Let's put it on this side. The Bounce and Blur formula is truly gorgeous, and it does have a slight blurring effect. It's noticeable, especially if I bring my blush in here where I have larger pores. It doesn't highlight them, and it does give that kind of an airbrushed effect. I love it so much. Look at that. It is so beautiful and so easy to use. I have used this with my fingers as well. I haven't tried it with a beauty blender. That would be something to try, or whatever your sponge is. But I have found that I prefer it with a stippling brush. So even though that one has shimmer running through it as well, very slight shimmer, I still don't feel like it makes me look like I'm wearing a highlight or anything. I feel like it's very natural. It just looks like really healthy, luminous skin. Both of them. So there you have it. Those are 2 of my bronzy blushes, summer go-tos. I'm gonna wipe off this makeup. Let's do some more. Okay, makeup is back on my face without blush. Let's do a couple more nude blushes. This next one is definitely more in the bronze range as well. This is one from Colourpop. This is the blush sticks in the shade Roosevelt. When you look at it in the tube, it looks pretty dark. When I first got it, I was like, oh no, what have I done? But again, this is another formula that is so easy to use. I just like to use a stippling brush, but you can just put it right on your face and blend it out if you want with your fingers or whatever brush or sponge. I like to just get a little bit on my brush like this and then go to town. Look at that color. Isn't it pretty? It's, again, in like the rosy bronze range, but it blends out so easy, like no work whatsoever. And it sits so nicely on the skin as well. Every blush I'm going to show you sits really nicely on the skin, hence why they're favorites. I just love that. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one I like to use my fingers with. So this is the Flower Beauty Blush Balm in the shade Pinched. This I wouldn't say is bronzy. It's definitely like a very nudie, peachy, pinky color. It's generally in the nude range is how it works on, or is how it looks on my skin anyway. It's a serum blush, so you can see on my finger. It's pretty runny, but it is super forgiving on your skin. I have not tried other colors in this range. I really want to though. But this particular blush is super soft. Like if you're not someone who wants to look like you're wearing a ton of blush, this one I feel like is a really good option. And this one, look at how dewy it is. It is so nice and beautiful. Oh my goodness. This one's the blush I wanted to reach for all last summer. I pretty much neglected the majority of my blushes because I wanted to use this one. To make it last longer on the cheeks, since it is a serum blush, I feel like my face kind of eats it up sometimes, like I look and it's just kind of gone. You could set it with another powder blush on top and that will make it last a lot longer, but then you sort of lose the luminous dewiness that it's got going on. So here we have Colourpop Roosevelt, Flower Beauty Pinched. All right, let's do round 3. I realized I forgot to swatch those for you, so here you go. Here is Colourpop Roosevelt and Flower Beauty Pinched. Okay, so now let's do some more bright blushes. So, wow, I can't say more. I think I said just now, more bright brushes. More bright blushes. So this first one is from Shiseido. This is in the shade Sonoya. You can see through the packaging there, it is more of a bright pink. This I think has most definitely the most unique texture in my entire stash. It is a full-on mousse. So when you put your finger in it, it feels really wet. But when you put it on your face, it instantly becomes like a powder matte finish. But at the same time, it has little flecks of, I don't know, shimmer running through it, very small. Let me quick show you here. So there you can see how easily it blends out, but can you see the shimmer that's in it? It's not over the top, it's just extremely beautiful. This is, however, very pigmented. I have to be a little bit more careful with it, even though it does blend out incredibly easily. I find with the really bright pink shades like that, I don't like it as much close to my nose. I tend to keep it more out here. And this one I also prefer to apply with my finger. You need the tiniest amount of pressure. So like with a lot of my other blushes, like, you know, you're doing light little patting motions. With this, you can use like, we're talking like feather light pressure and just kind of blend it over like this. And it's blended. Like, it's extremely easy to use. Look, I use the tiniest bit and I really like how it looks there. That looks pretty natural. However, it can be seriously built up. I think I wore this in one of my 80s videos where I really went ham with it all the way up and down my temples here, and it actually looked really pretty. So, you know, depending on your level of comfort with a bright pink blush like that, you can do both. But it's just so summery and bright and youthful too, I feel. I'm gonna add just the tiniest bit more, just a little bit. Yeah, that was a special treat to myself when I purchased that at Sephora. I've been wanting another shade ever since. Perhaps one that's not quite so bright, but there have been so many blush releases, I have managed to hold myself back. And to tell you the truth, I've been really into more drugstore releases, but I don't think there's anything else out there like this, at least not that I have seen. If you know of something that is similar to this that's drugstore priced, please let me know, because I love this. Okay, the next bright blush is from Milani. This is one of the newest blushes in my stash. So this is the Cheek Kiss blush in the shade Coral Crush. I purchased this thinking that that color would sheer out quite a bit, and it doesn't actually. It blends out really beautifully, but it maintains that bright pop of color. So again, I'm gonna try and keep it further out on my cheek instead of bringing it in really close. I have seen where people concentrate it here and it does look very youthful. On me, I'm just not a fan. But this particular formula I also like to use with my fingers. It has an incredibly soft, buttery texture. This feels super high-end to me. And honestly, none of the products that I've used, including the drugstore ones, feel like a cheap product. They all feel really luxurious and nice. But that was one of the first thoughts when I first put my fingers into this blush was, ooh, it feels super high-end. Very melty to the touch. So there it is in an opaque swatch, but blended out. You can see how it still maintains that bright color. Okay, let's go for it on this side. gotten myself into trouble a couple times with this blush since it is more pigmented, but it does blend out beautifully. So there we are. I think it is really, really summery and fun. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit right there. Hopefully not bringing it in too close, just a little bit. So here we have the Shiseido Minimalist Whipped Powder Blush in the shade Sonoya and the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush in the shade Coral Crush. All right, everyone, there you have it. Those are my favorite summer blushes. Make sure, don't forget to let me know down in the comments what your favorite summer blushes are. Also, let me know of the blushes I tried, which ones were your favorite on my skin. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you are enjoying your summer. Everyone have a great day. Bye!